Welcome to another month of the Video Games Monthly Unboxing. That's right, this is our mystery box segment here on Retro Gaming Adventures with Master G. We are loyal subscribers of a very special retro gaming subscription service, videogamesmonthly.com. Check them out. It's a subscription box they'll send you once a month, and they will send you retro video games that you can keep. There are 4 subscription tiers. You can get 3 games a month for $35, 4 games a month for $40, 5 games a month for $45, or 10 games a month for $80. That's the Power Pack. Now, here on our show, we subscribe to the 4-Up. That's the box that gets you 4 games a month. You might be asking yourself, what sorts of games can I get? Well, I mean, really, to be honest, just about anything. Just about anything from a console from the 70s coming all the way up through about the PlayStation 3, right? For our show, we have selected for them to send us games from 18 different consoles. That's right, 18 different consoles. Now, if you want to subscribe, you can pick 1, 2, 3. I think that they make you pick at least 3 different consoles, maybe 2 for the 3-pack. I know you're required to pick at least 4 consoles if you subscribe to the Power Pack, where they send you 10 games, because they got to maintain an inventory. If everybody subscribes to the same set of games, it's hard to keep that in stock. So if you're subscribing, you can pick your favorite console. You can get games sent to you just from that console. Now, for the purposes of rating this box here on the show, we went crazy. We picked every console available, going back as far as they offer, starting with the Intellivision, the Atari 2600, all the way up through about every console released until about 20 years ago in 2000, 2001. So that makes for 18 consoles. We got handhelds, your Game Boys, your Game Boy Colors, your Game Gears. We got Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Master System, Sega Genesis, Atari, Intellivision, Sega Dreamcast games, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, GameCube, N64, Famicom, even the Super Famicom. Yes, we've even signed up to allow them to send us Japanese import games from the N64, the Famicom, and the Super Famicom. So maybe we'll see some of those one day in the box. So before we crack open our October monthly subscription box from Video Games Monthly, let me tell you about how we're going to rate this service. Now, we are going to rate them on a variety of factors. One of those factors is the console variety. I've told them, you can send me any games from 18 different consoles. I'm subscribed to the 4-Up, so I expect there to be 4 games in this box next to me. That means you ought to be able to pick a game from 4 different consoles to send me. Console variety. You get 4 out of 4 points if I get 4 games from 4 different consoles of the 18 I chose. Then I'm going to give them a rating based on the genre variety. So, nobody wants to open a box and find 4 sports games or 4 racing games or 4 platformers. Maybe you do want to find 4 platformers. I don't know. But we're going to rate them based on the variety of games. I want to give you a sense of what you can expect when you subscribe to this service. And, it's key for me to get a good variety of games. I want some fun games to play. I want variety. I want different genres. So we'll give them the full 4 out of 4 points if they send us 4 different genres of video games. Now, the next 2 categories are pretty important to you, our viewers, right? You want to know what condition are these games in first. So I'll rate these games based on my assessment of their condition. Fair or poor will get you no points. Good or great will get you the points. So, if all the games are in good or great condition, I'll give you 4 out of 4. And then finally, the ultimate category, the thing you all want to know, right? How much are the games worth? If I'm paying $40 for 4 video games, 4 retro video games, used video games, am I getting $40 worth of games? So we're going to use pricecharting.com. We're going to take a look at the values of the games, and we'll share those with you so you can get a sense of whether or not you're getting your money's worth when you subscribe to this box. Now, I am going to give them a little bit of credit because they are a business. So do not expect to get $40 or more than $40 worth of games in your $40 box. They're trying to run a business. They have to purchase these games. They have to pay staff. They have to order supplies. You got to give them some kind of overhead so they can stay in business, so we can keep subscribing to these awesome boxes and having fun doing it. So I give them a 20% overhead. That means $32. I expect there to be $32 worth of games in my $40 box. If you give me anywhere from $32 to $40 worth of games, you get the full points. You give me more than $40 worth of game, you even get a bonus point. And for every dollar less than 32, I'll take a point off. So if you only give me $28 worth of games, you're getting 0 out of 4 points for this month's box. So that's how we do the rating. We'll aggregate, score everything together. I'll give you a total. I'll tell you what this month's box is rated by us here on Retro Gaming Adventures with Master G. Are you guys ready? Let's do it. Let's open the box. All right, here it is. My October Video Games Monthly subscription box. We subscribe to the 4-Up plan. We expect there to be 4 games in this box. What are they going to be? Let's find out. All right, what do we have first? Let's try not to spoil it. Oh, let's get the cards out, the promotional items. Oh, look at this. We got a 1-Up. We got a 1-Up, folks. There it is. That means we got 1 extra game in today's box. There's going to be 5 in our October subscription box from Video Games Monthly. Also got a business card. And look at that. We got some neat stickers, too. Some strange Zelda-looking figures here. Die-cut stickers. Maybe for your laptop. Whatever. That's kind of neat. It's cool to throw those in. But that's not what we're here for. We're here for the games. You guys ready? It's time to see what the first game in the box is. I'm going to be real secretive. I'm not going to look. I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to surprise you. Feels like an Atari 2600 game. Yep. Ooh, Asteroids. Ooh, that's a classic right there. The Atari 2600 Asteroids game. Look at that. It's in pretty good shape, folks. Actually, it's in really good shape considering how old this cartridge is. Man, I think this game came out in 1981 for the Atari. That's right, 1981. So this game is 39 years old by my count. This cartridge is in pretty good shape. The top label's kind of crusty and stuff, but I mean the sticker looks real sharp. Let's see if we can get a sense of the card. Looks straight. You know, a lot of times these cards get a little bent, but this one looks pretty straight, pretty clean. Pretty nice. I think this one's in good condition. I think we'll give him a point for that. I believe we call this a shooter. Is that the genre? Shooter? A shooter game, I guess. Well, I mean, for those of you who don't know anything about Asteroids, you can see me playing it right there, right? I did up these videos in advance for you. This is a classic game. You know, you fly around on your screen with your little spaceship. You can thrust forward with the Atari joysticks. You shoot. You blow up the big asteroids, they break apart into smaller ones. A lot of times they go faster and at different angles. It's very frenetic to play this game. You know, you're flying around, you're dodging asteroids, you're spinning, you're trying to blow them up before you get hit. There's a lot of different difficulty levels. You can set that at the beginning of the game. This was an arcade classic, right? There was a cabinet. It was fantastic. Everybody knew Asteroids. Everybody played Asteroids at some point in their life. I'm sure this game's been ported over in any number of formats to any different consoles, PC ports, internet games. This is the classic. This is really the first home console version of Asteroids. Faithful port, as faithful as they could get of that arcade classic. So yeah, let's see. What's the value on this one? We looked it up on pricecharting.com. I believe the value is $3.66. So not a great start, you know, because you got to figure 4 games, 5 games, $32. They're going to have to average around 6 or 7, I think, for them to get the full points. So we'll see how they do next, but not a bad start. It's in good shape. Shooter, Atari 2600 game. Let's move on to the next one, shall we? Here we go. You ready for the next one? Here we go. Let's see what we got. Oh. Oh, feels like another Atari game, Night Driver. Ooh, a racing game. Ooh, ooh, this one's a little bent. This one's a little dirty and a little bent. Looks like it got wet. Looks a bit moldy. Not a good sound. You don't want to hear the card shaking around in there, do ya? A little bent, a little crusty. Definitely can't give this one a good or great rating. Not poor. I have a feeling it'll work, but you know, we'll give it a fair rating. So they're not going to get the point for this one, unfortunately. You know what else? Console variety, right? I said I give you 18 different consoles to choose from, and you only got to send me 4 games. You know, you'd think we could get 4 games for 4 different consoles. Well, we do have a 1-up in this pack, so maybe this is the bonus game. Unfortunately, though, that's 2 Atari 2600 games. You're only going to get 1 out of 2 points so far for the console variety. What can I tell you about Night Driver? Oh, man. Copyright 1978. I think the Atari version is pretty well known for being a fantastic little Atari racing game. This is a crazy one. It's absolutely nuts, right? It actually used the paddle controller. Well, it was like a racing controller, but basically it was like a knob. So instead of the joystick with the button that you push, you held it in your hand, you had a button on the side, and there was a knob that you turned, and that's how you steered your car. Moves real fast. I mean, one button to accelerate, the knob spins you around, you gotta have quick reaction time. But it was kind of like one of the earliest first types of racing games, you know, that spawned an entire genre. Certainly they got a lot better at it than back in the 70s there. But Night Driver, not a bad addition to the collection. I wish it was in a little better shape. I think this one on price charting is showing a value loose of $4.49. So, you know, it's not terrible, but like I said, with a 5-up to get to $32, I mean, we're kind of looking at $6 and change. So far, we had 2 Atari games, 2 undervalued ones. We'll see how they do later on in the box, but so far they're lagging in terms of value. 2 games from the same genre, that's not great. Only 1 out of 2 points there. One was in good shape, one was in fair shape. And that means you only get 1 out of 2 points there. Now, genre variety, though, I mean, you got a racing game, you got a classic arcade shooter, so that's good. Holding up there. I got 2 fun Atari games. I'm really looking forward to playing here on the show. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I love these old games from the 70s, from the 80s, from the 90s, from the 2000s. It doesn't matter. These games are a piece of history, and I can't wait to try my hand at a little Night Driver for you. Kind of have a feeling I'm going to be better at Asteroids. I've definitely played Asteroids before in my life, but Night Driver, not so much. I've heard about this game. I'm excited that I now have it in my collection. So thank you, Video Games Monthly. Thank you very much. Are you ready? We're going to see what game number 3 is next. Ooh, feels like a Game Boy game. Game Boy Color? Game Boy Color game. What is this game? Oh, it's a Japanese game. This must be the bonus game. You know, they gave us that really bizarre horse racing game in last month's box. Oh, looks like another one. Looks like a crazy pachinko gambling game. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the title of this game. It's probably up there on the screen. It's you know, it's a crazy one. It looks fun though. I mean, it's so cutesy, but essentially it's pachinko, right? It's slots. This game actually came out in the year 2000 for the Game Boy Color. This was a Japan-only release. And you want to know what the value of this game is? Good luck. Even Video Games Monthly's own website didn't have this game listed, right? When you subscribe to this service, they keep track of your collection. So not only can you pick the console you want and the games you want them to send them, but you also have to go through a very long list of games and select the ones that you already have. So you can actually tell this service, don't send me these games, I already have them in my collection, and you can check each one off, up to about 200. If you check off more than 200, they don't let you go any further because, you know, there's no guarantee they can find you a game. But this one doesn't even appear in the list. You can go to the Game Boy Color section and look this one up, and you will not find it. So I gotta say, this must be the bonus game that they sent me in our 1-up. our extra 5th game for today's box. As far as value goes, price charting, also no idea what this is worth. I don't think any one of these is ever sold, but fortunate for you, eBay. This game's for sale on eBay, and you can have yourself a copy, just like the loose cartridge I have here in my hand, for the low price of $4.99 if you feel compelled to play yourself a Japanese pachinko simulation game. Has some fun elements. I mean, you run around in the casino, guys come up and talk to you, weird stuff happens. I can't read Japanese, so I can't tell you what any of that actually means down there, but you know, it's all there, and it's all fun. The soundtrack's pretty awesome, and you know, it's pachinko. It's like slots, right? So there's 3 bars. You know, you line up the values, you win something. You know, it's what they do in Japan. It's like their version of slot machines. So that's what that is. In fantastic shape. I mean, I have to give this one a great. I don't think its previous owner played it much. I can see the pins. I mean, the pins look super clean. Super shiny. The cartridge itself is great. It's got a little sticker residue on the top, and that's all. So I'm going to give this one a great rating. No doubts this one's going to survive a long time in the collection. I don't know how often I'm going to play this one, though. I need to learn how to read Japanese if we're going to keep doing these. I really do. All right, folks. That's the Japanese pachinko game named That. I don't know how to say it. Should we move on to game number 4? Let's do that. Let's move on to game. We've had 3 games now. $4.99, $4.49, $3.66 or something. All below average, right? We're trying to get to $32. That's a fairly valued 4-up box as far as I'm concerned, but we are behind. We need to get a pricey game. I hope there's something in here to make up for the low value of these 3 games that we've revealed so far. Let's get to game number 4 and see what it is. Oh, it's a big one. Oh, it's a box. Oh, Sega Genesis. That there is Ecco the Dolphin. Was that a launch game? Is this a launch game? 1992. The Sega Genesis, the original Ecco the Dolphin, in box. Fantastic. You are Ecco, a powerful young dolphin. A mysterious storm has swept your family from the sea. The search to find them will take you through vast underwater realms of treachery, beauty, and adventure. Use your sonar to discover hidden caverns and unlock the secrets of crystal glyphs. Charge packs of bloodthirsty sharks, dive deep, but don't linger too long because you're a mammal and need air to breathe. In your quest, you'll discover that more than your family's safety is at stake. The fate of the whole world rests on your wits and fins. 25 giant levels, 8 megs of aquatic excitement with password saved. 8 megabytes, folks. 8 whole megabytes. This is a well-known game. I'm psyched for this. You know, I wonder if there's a manual in there. Oh, no manual, but we do have the cartridge. The cartridge looks great. The pins look great. Oh, this is just an utterly fantastic shape. And it's got the original box. If I can get my hands on a manual, I'll have a complete in-box Ecco the Dolphin from them. That's great. I mean, based on PriceCharting.com, this is like a $16.50 game. So with the box, now it'd be more if it had the manual, but with the original box and the cartridge, that's what it is, man. So, dang, this is a showcase. This is the showcase game in the October Video Games Monthly 4-Up box here on Retro Gaming Adventures with Master G. This was a hard one, man. Came out in 1992. It was like a platformer, but you move the dolphin through the water, so it's like 8 directional. It's difficult to control. It's really difficult to get the hang of because, you know, we were all used to just regular platformers. This game kind of pushed the boundaries a little bit, changed it up, gave you something new that nobody had really ever seen before. So I definitely can't wait to play this one. I was not a Sega kid. I didn't have a Sega Genesis when I was a youngster. I relied on my cousin's Sega Genesis. I had the Super Nintendo. He had the Sega Genesis. He had the Sega games. I had the SNES games. We'd play each other's games at each other's houses. But I wasn't a big Sega kid, so I heard about this game. I've seen it before, but I never played it for myself. So this is one we will definitely feature on the channel, and I am psyched, man. They might have won this whole box with this game. There is one left. Remember, we had the 1-up box, so that means there's one more in here. Let's see what it is. I'm already psyched. I'm happy. I'm happy right now. Oh, genre, yeah, action adventure platformer. So we got 4 different genres. That's pretty good. Let's see what this 5th one is, though, shall we? It is time for our 5th and final game in the October mystery box from Video Games Monthly subscription service. Are you ready to see it? The 5th and final game. What's a CD? It's in plastic? It's brand new. It's sealed. Look at that, a Dreamcast game. Coaster Works. Brand new, still sealed, original Sega Dreamcast game. This one is a simulation. That means 5 different genres of games in today's box. It's a Sega Dreamcast. That's a console we haven't seen. This is our first Sega Dreamcast game we got. You build it, you ride it. So you think you can design a better coaster than the pros? Prove it. Design and build, then ride your very own dream roller coaster. Yes, that's right, ride it. Realistic physics combined with the look, feel, and sound of a real roller coaster put you in the front seat for the wildest ride of your life. Whew! Multiple playback views let you see the action from all over. 6 levels of fun and excitement. Simple design tool set lets your imagination run wild. So this isn't like your Roller Coaster Tycoon. It's not your full theme park simulator. This game is all about the roller coasters and hyper-realistic engineering and physics. You are given a mission, a space, a 3-dimensional plot. Might be small on level 1. You have to build a coaster that elicits a scream factor or a barf factor of something. You have to do your best to design a coaster. You set it free, you ride it, you see how it scores, and if you meet the criteria for that level, you go to the next level. You get some extra tools. You get a little more space. You get newer objectives. So it does make a game about it, you know, as far as like the level progression and building your way up. But I mean, who are we kidding here? This is every kid's dream back in the 90s and 2000s. You know, to get a game that let you design your own roller coaster and then actually like ride it. 3-dimensional, ride it. This might have been like one of the first types of games that did that. You know, you got to actually see the first-person perspective riding a roller coaster that you yourself designed. How fantastic is that? Man, I can't wait to play this one. But I got to tell you guys, I don't have a Dreamcast controller. I need to get myself a Dreamcast controller because I want the authentic experience. So we might not get to this one for a while. But I'm not joking to you. There's plastic on that. That is a sealed, brand new, unopened game. Now you're wondering, how much is that worth? That's got to be worth a lot. Actually, it's not actually worth that much. I mean, according to PriceCharting.com, a brand new sealed version of this game is only in the $7 or $8 range. So, you know, still above average for the box and still pretty fantastic. I hope you guys have been keeping track. We're going to wrap up the whole box in just a minute. We're going to do all the scores together, combine them all into one aggregate box score for the October Video Games Monthly subscription box. And we're going to see how this one rates compared to last one. You remember last one, average, got a C. Got a C, C+, something like that. It didn't do terrible, but it didn't do great either. I hope we performed a little better with this month's box. Let's tally the score. Let's get after it. All right, folks, that's it. 5 up, 5 down. That is our October Video Games Monthly subscription box. We subscribe to the 4-up. We normally get 4 games. They gave us a 1-up this month, so they gave us 1 bonus game for a total of 5. That means when we tally our scores in the categories I told you about at the top of the show, it will be 5 out of 5 points for a perfect score. Now, you might remember, for our October Video Games Monthly subscription box, we told them you can send me any game from 18 different consoles. Should be easy for them to send me 5 different games from 5 different consoles, and that's what you got to do to get 5 out of 5 in our first category, console variety, more system variety. So what did we do? I mean, we did okay. Problem is, we got 2 Atari 2600 games. So we saw 2 games from the Atari. We had a game from the Game Boy Color. We had a almost complete in box Sega Genesis game, and we had a brand new sealed Sega Dreamcast game. Fortunately, that's only 4 unique consoles because of the duplicate from the Atari 2600, which means for console variety, you will get a score of 4 out of 5 for the October box. Now our next category is going to be genre variety, because I just want a bunch of different games. I'm loving playing these retro games here for you guys on the channel, Retro Gaming Adventures with Master G. Box like this, I want to get a variety of different styles, gameplay mechanics, and genres. So our next category that we rate this month's box is going to be the genre variety. And fortunately for you, Video Games Monthly, you gave us 5 different games in 5 different genres. We had Ecco the Dolphin, an action adventure you can call it a platformer, even though it's underwater most of the game. Action adventure platformer for the Sega Genesis. That's one genre. You got that weird gambling pachinko game, gambling genre. You got the Coaster Works, which is a straight up simulation game, roller coaster style on the Sega Dreamcast. Then you got an action arcade shooter in Asteroids and a racing game in Night Driver. Racing, shooter, gambling, simulation, action adventure platformer. Full 5 out of 5 in the genre variety category for this month's box. Congratulations. Let's see what's next. All right, the third category that we rate our Video Game Monthly subscription service in is the condition of the games. Now you remember, these games go all the way back to the 70s, right? I collect games from the last 5 decades of history. So we got to be fair. We got to be fair in our ratings. You know, I'm not giving them a professional score. We're not WADA. We're not grading these games. I'm just a guy, an enthusiast. I've played enough of these old retro games on old retro hardware to know when I see a game, I'm going to have trouble with that one. Or when I see a game, I'm going to have to clean the heck out of that one before I start. So I like to think I have a pretty good eye, and I think I'm pretty fair with my condition ratings. Let's see how this month's box stacked up. Now, we had some really, really nice games, right? In fact, all of our games were in good or great condition. The Ecco the Dolphin in the original case, the brand new sealed Coaster Works on the Sega Dreamcast, that weird Japanese pachinko game is in fantastic shape, and so is Asteroids. The only one I couldn't give a good or a great to was the Night Driver game. Clearly, it got a little wet. I can tell right away by looking at it. It's got a little mold on it, you know, a little moldy sticker. So it probably sat in a box in someone's basement for a very long time. That's the sign. You know, that's how you know. You see the moldy stickers. Unfortunately, too, you know, you can see in the slot there that the cards, the pins, just a little bent. Looks like it had been kind of jacked out of the machine a couple of times, probably. And, you know, you heard it rattling around. There's something loose in there. So, you know, 50-50 on whether or not that one actually fires up. But all in all, you know, 4 out of 5 points, not too bad. You remember, you get the point as long as it's in good or great shape. The only things you don't get a point for if it's in fair or poor. And 4 out of these 5 games are in utterly fantastic shape. So if you're wondering, should I sign up for this service? What kind of games are they going to send me? Are these games going to be totally roached? Do they buy these in like junk bins at flea markets? You know, it doesn't look like it. Most of the games are in pretty good shape. I mean, you got to give them a break with Night Driver. It is a game from the 70s, the 1970s, folks. So, I mean, it's amazing it's held up this long, but next to the Asteroids, it's fair. The Asteroids was in much better shape than the Night Driver. So we'll take a point off for that and we'll move on. Let's get to our last category, the one you guys have all been waiting for. It's a pretty good looking box. Let's see how it stacks up in terms of value. Now you remember we got off to a really slow start. The first couple games, you know, not valued very high according to pricecharting.com. We started off with that copy of Asteroids, $3.66 according to the internet. We moved on to the Night Driver, $4.49. Then we opened up that Japanese pachinko game that wasn't on Video Games Monthly, wasn't even on pricecharting.com. I had to go right on over to eBay and start typing in Japanese characters trying to find a copy of this game. Fortunately, I was able to. $4.99, and you can get yourself a copy of Pachinko there on the Game Boy Color. Then we opened the Echo the Dolphin. We found that cartridge in its original Sega Genesis box. That's a $16.73 value. That is definitely the showcase game. We would have just called it quits right there. But then wouldn't you know it, the fifth and final game I pulled out of this month's box was Coasterworks for the Dreamcast. Sealed. Brand new. Literally brand new. Fortunately, though, according to pricecharting.com, that's a brand new Sega Dreamcast game that still is only worth about $7.75. So what does that equal? About $37 and change. And you remember how we score this box in terms of value? We got to get to $32 if you want 5 out of 5 points. Every dollar less than 32, I take a point off. But no need to fear this month, Video Games Monthly. You guys did fantastic. You delivered. Now, you guys know I subscribe to the 4UP box. That means I pay $40 plus shipping. We can't rate them based on the shipping. We can't include that. That's the cost of doing business. We also have to give them an overhead. I think 20% is fair. So I take $8 off the $40 I paid for the box. That's for you, Video Games Monthly. That's so you can stay in business. Keep delivering all these fantastic retro video games right to my door so I can play them with you guys, my fans, here on Retro Gaming Adventures with Master G. That leaves $32. I better get $32 worth of games in my box. As long as I get $32, I will be happy. And this month, you did not disappoint. So thank you very much, Video Games Monthly. All right, guys, there's one thing left to do. We got to tally up all the scores. We got to give this box a final total aggregate ranking. This, the October Video Games Monthly Mystery Box on Retro Gaming Adventures with Master G. Drum roll, please. 4 categories, 5 games in this month's box. That means a total score, 5 is 20. The categories were console variety, genre variety, condition, and value. And what did this month's box score? An 18 out of 20. That's right, 18 out of 20 points. The only categories they lost a point in, they lost 1 point in the condition category, and they lost 1 point in the console variety category. And that's it. That means an A-. Well done. Give yourself a round of applause. Thank you guys for tuning in to this, the October Mystery Box Special here on Retro Gaming Adventures with Master G. And that does it, folks. A great box for the month of October. A great show for the month of October as well. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you come back for more. If you haven't done so already, do us a favor here and click that subscribe button. It's totally free to do, and it means the world to us. We would love to have you as a subscriber. If you love our content, we have so much more. We're going to be playing these games on the channel. We also have our flagship programming, the NES Happy Hour. Check that out if you get a minute. It's a live, unscripted, nostalgic talk show, happy hour themed Nintendo Entertainment System showcase. We're going to play each and every game in the Nintendo Entertainment System library at some point on the NES Happy Hour. We mix up some fantastic original cocktail recipes, and we end each and every episode with a really fun bar trivia challenge that you can play along with at home if you ever do feel compelled to tune in live for one of our live episodes. While you're here on the channel, Retro Gaming Adventures with Master G, watch all of our content. You know, we love having you, the fans. I love that you tune in each and every week for more great content. Like I said, if you haven't done so already, hit subscribe. We're going to be back again. We're going to be back again next month with another mystery unboxing from Video Games Monthly subscription service. You are not going to want to miss it. But for now, I'm done. I'm going to get these games I'm going to go to my game room. I'm going to fire them up and play them. So I'll see you guys next time. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Happy gaming.